Hello there. We've seen some very warm weather across western parts of Europe recently. In fact, in France, the warmest September night on record occurred on Monday night. But that warm air is now shifting its way a little bit further eastwards into central and eastern parts of Europe, and we're seeing something a bit cooler and more unsettled heading in from the Atlantic. Still quite humid for the UK, France, into Spain as well on Thursday, but plenty of heavy showers and thunderstorms rattling in here. Meanwhile, it's warm and dry for Turkey and Cyprus, sitting at around 35 degrees. A scattering of showers on Thursday, lingering through parts of Greece, perhaps towards Sicily, into northern parts of Spain and Portugal too. We'll see a breakdown in the weather with some heavy showers arriving. Drier further south across Portugal and Spain, but heavy downpours across parts of France and the UK. Should be a little bit drier into the likes of Denmark towards Poland as well, but heading through into Friday, and that area of low pressure with the heavy showers just shifts a little bit further eastwards into central parts of Europe. So we could see some showers arriving in Berlin perhaps later on in the day. Still looks dry for Warsaw towards Bucharest as well, still reasonably warm here. London and Paris both turning cooler than they have been recently. Mostly dry for Madrid and for Rome, but there could be just one or two showers as we head through the course of next week. Berlin also seeing some showers at times. It remains dry and sunny though in Athens. Bye-bye. Hello there. We've currently got two active storm systems in the West Pacific. Tropical storm Konsum, which is bringing really heavy rain to the Philippines, some damaging gusts of wind. That will be heading its way across the South China Sea towards Hainan or Vietnam over the next few days. This system, meanwhile, is Typhoon Cantu, and that's going to be heading to the north of the Philippines, close to Luzon, and then up towards Taiwan by the time we get to the weekend. So both of those storm systems have the potential to bring flooding rainfall and damaging winds. Meanwhile, for Japan, we've had some early snow for Mount Fuji. It's been very cold across Japan, but things are turning a bit milder for the next few days with the arrival of some more unsettled showery weather. Further south, heavy downpours too, affecting parts of Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos and Thailand too. Downpours through the day on Thursday, but looking a little bit drier here from Friday onwards. Bangkok also seeing some sharp showers over the next few days. Across Australia, high pressure holding on for much of the continent, and with the winds rotating around that, it's turning quite warm for the likes of Adelaide. Sydney also warming up over the next few days. We have got a weather front close to Perth, so only 18 degrees or so here. Across the Tasman Sea, though, brisk westerly winds blowing in, weather fronts and some fairly across New Zealand. So the outlook after some warmer weather for both Sydney and Melbourne, things turn cooler into next week. Further showers in Perth by Wednesday. Bye-bye. Hello there. It's late in the monsoon season, but we've got some very active downpours over the next few days. We've already had some flooding across parts of Andhra Pradesh, for instance, but the emphasis of the heaviest rain now towards the northwest of India. So particularly for the likes of Gujarat, Rajasthan too. Also some heavy rain further south down the west coast for western parts of Maharashtra, for instance. So as we move through into Thursday, then we keep the emphasis of that heavy rain. You can see the green colours likely to bring some flooding impacts, could be 200 millimetres or so as we look towards Friday. To the north of that, also some sharp showers across parts of Nepal and southern Tibet as well. There's been some recent flooding in Nepal that could be exacerbated by the further downpours to come. Meanwhile, Nur Sultan seeing a bit of a warmer day on Thursday compared to what we saw on Wednesday. Lots of sunshine across Turkmenistan towards Afghanistan, southern Pakistan, but we've got some rain just pushing close to Karachi, so there could be a few heavy showers there later in the day. Still those showers down the west coast, fewer showers for Sri Lanka. And as we head across to the likes of Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh, the showers are fewer and further between than they have been. Mumbai keeps fairly wet over the next 5 days or so, really heavy downpours at times. Drier for Dhaka, but perhaps one or two showers as we head into next week. A cooler day on Friday for Tashkent, but we stick with the heavy showers and thunderstorms in New Delhi. Bye-bye. Hello there. Hurricane Larry is a very large hurricane currently in the West Atlantic. You can see it here. It's going to be pushing northwards close to the east of Bermuda over the next 24 hours or so, staying over sea but bringing a risk of rip currents and large waves to Bermuda as well as heavy rain. And it will affect the eastern seaboard of the United States with a chance of large swell, big waves around the coast. Do be prepared if you're going towards the beach. There could be rip currents anywhere from New England right down towards the Lesser Antilles as well. Meanwhile, towards the west then, we've got some rain at times pushing into Alaska and British Columbia, but further south into the United States, the western half of the US really looking pretty hot and dry over the next few days once again. Isolated showers perhaps for the likes of the Sierra Nevada, but still very, very hot for Las Vegas. Death Valley, for instance, could see temperatures during the next couple of days around about 120 Fahrenheit, just gradually cooling down a little bit in the west into next week, but still a high fire risk. Let's have a look at the east, because we've got a weather front bringing a lot of fairly heavy rain. Could be some thunderstorms, squally winds associated with some of these storm systems. And down towards Georgia and Florida, the storms are going to be quite heavy at times as well. Could be some localised flooding issues. The rain mainly eases from the east over the next few days, but perhaps some showers continuing in Miami. Bye-bye. Hello there. Recent heavy rain has led to flooding problems across parts of Mexico, and we could see more heavy rain for Mexico with a tropical storm in the vicinity. We'll look at that in a moment. Let's start though with south, lingering across the far south of Brazil, parts of Argentina and Uruguay, and behind that area of rain, really cold, gusty winds for Paraguay, Argentina for instance as well. Further north across the continent, plenty of heavy downpours. You can see the blue and green colours there, particularly for Venezuela, Colombia, into northern parts of Brazil. Central and eastern Brazil a little bit drier, but then as we head further south, we're back into these lingering downpours. The rain easing in intensity on Thursday compared to what we saw on Wednesday, and further south, more weather fronts bringing an unsettled theme to parts of southern Chile. So here's the outlook then. Rio de Janeiro stays dry. Most of the rain will be further south. Another wet day for Buenos Aires on Thursday, but it should be drying up after that. Now into Mexico, and you can see this system here off the west coast. That is a tropical storm. It's going to stay out at sea, but it could still bring some big waves close to the coast. Heavy rainfall, particularly around the Bay of Campeche. Heavy showers too for Costa Rica, Panama and Nicaragua, but things are looking a little bit drier across the Caribbean. Here's the outlook. Plenty of showers in the forecast for Havana, and from Friday things look drier in Kingston. Bye-bye. Hello. There's been plenty of heavy downpours across the central belt of Africa over recent days. We've got high river levels still for South Sudan. Parts of Ethiopia have seen some heavy downpours too. Further west, we're seeing a cluster of thunderstorms that's been pushing across the likes of southern Chad, pushing into southern Mali and also Burkina Faso, likely to see some of those heavy downpours. So some flooding possible in the west here. That system then stretching towards Senegal later in the week. Further south for South Africa, after some fairly cool weather in Cape Town, a warmer day, 27 degrees at least for one day on Thursday, although in Cape Town we will see a dip of 10 degrees in that temperature as we head through into Friday. So a little bit up and down in terms of the temperature there. Johannesburg staying in the mid-20s over the next 5 days or so. Could be one or two sharp showers and perhaps some thunderstorms in Khartoum during Friday. Chance of a little bit of rain for Kinshasa later on in the weekend as well. On to the Middle East now. No great change in the weather here. Things looking mostly dry and settled. We've got the breeze blowing across Iraq, Kuwait and in through central Saudi Arabia. Temperatures not quite as warm as they have been for Riyadh. Could be a little bit of dustiness where you do see some of the stronger winds. Most places are looking dry, with a chance of one or two showers around southern Red Sea, perhaps over the mountains of southern Yemen. It looks largely dry and settled, but things turning a touch cooler for Riyadh and also for Kuwait. Bye-bye.